I love Nordic hamstring curls. Everybody should be doing them in some way, shape, or form in their training. They're so great for building resilient hamstrings. They are a struggle to set up, and they are not very comfortable. You will feel lots of pressure and tension in your knee. So please approach these very slowly and get your body used to them over the next several weeks if they are new for you. There are some variations that I will demonstrate here on making them easier after I demonstrate the actual exercise. Today, I'm going to be using a squat rack to hold my feet down. Other variations are using a partner to hold your feet down or placing a barbell with a lot of weights on your feet to do it that way. And those are the biggest recommendations that I have if you don't want to or cannot use a squat rack like so. If you're at home, you can always use a couch or something similar like that. The goal is just to keep your ankles in place so we can really load the hamstrings and the knees. So I'm going to get into place here by sliding my ankles underneath. The position of where the pressure is on your calves or ankles is going to vary from person to person. Just play around with it a little bit. Hips are going to be knees right under hips, kind of shoulder width or hip width apart. You're going to think about a controlled face plant. Most of anybody who does these are not going to be able to completely control the lower and the return. So your goal is just to fight it as much as you can, feeling all of the hamstring stuff happening. So I like to keep my hands out here so that I can grab and support myself. If you want to use a med ball to make it a little bit easier and less scary for yourself, you can do that. Or you can do the modification that I will show at the end. From here, you're going to lean forward, feel some tension in your hamstrings first. I want you to know what that feels like first. Then you're going to try not to break at the hips. We're going to try to maintain our hip angle. And we're going to slowly lower down as slow as possible. From here, push yourself back up. Use your arms as little as possible, but as much as you need. Again, one more for that. Slow, controlled, find your hamstrings. And back up. If those are too hard for you or you're new, I would highly recommend making them a little easier by grabbing some assistance using a band. The thicker band that you use, the more assistance you'll have, the easier it is. Play on the safe side when you're just starting out so that you can get your body used to this. The way we're going to do this is just like we do for pull-ups, here and here. Now, you can do this two ways. It can go right under your armpits or it can go right under your chest on your stomach. I like to place it down here on my rib cage. Position doesn't matter. It can come up here as well. That's a little more uncomfortable for armpits, so I have it here. You're going to lean forward so it doesn't roll up on you. Find your hamstrings, and then you're going to do the exact same thing. Control it as much as you can. Push back up. And return back to the starting. Make sure, again, we are trying not to break at the hips and do this. We are not doing a harp curl. It is a Nordic hamstring curl. So try to maintain your hip angle the entire time. This is how we're going to get out of this so that it doesn't roll up in your shirt. Pull it away from you and slowly come out. And there's your Nordic hamstring curl.